Take a look at these questions. What time will you arrive? What time will you leave? Now take a look at these answers. We'll be there by 7 o'clock, or you can say 7 p.m., or just 7. Okay, we'll be there by 7. We'll be there until 7. Okay, now which answer matches with each question? What do you think? Which one matches with the question? I'm going to give you 10 seconds, okay? 10, 9, 8. I can't move this finger by itself. When I move this finger down, this finger automatically moves. Look. Why can't I need to hold it still. Oh, that's so funny. Do your fingers do that? Can you move one finger without moving the other finger? That's really challenging for me. I don't know. Maybe there's something wrong with my fingers. But okay, here's the answer. Okay, what time will you arrive? We'll be there by 7. Okay, that's the answer that matches with this question. Okay, now here's the other one. What time will you leave? We'll be there until 7. Okay, then we'll leave. Okay, this is implied. You don't need to say this, but you can say it if you want. You can say, we'll be there until 7, then we'll leave. Or you could say, we'll leave at 7. Okay, what time will you leave? We'll leave at 7. Okay, so this lesson is about by versus until. Now, these are some very tricky words. A lot of people get them mixed up, okay, especially this word here, by. It's a very tricky word because it has several different meanings, okay? For example, it could mean near or beside, okay? For example, let's say I ask you, where did I put my keys? Where did I put my keys? Do you know where I put my keys? And you can say, they're over there by the blender. Okay? They're over there by the blender. Okay, this thing here is called a blender. You use a blender to make smoothies. Mango smoothies, maybe, or pineapple smoothies. I love smoothies. Okay, so you lost your keys and your keys are over there by the blender. Do you ever lose your keys? Sometimes I lose my keys and I look for them and I can't find them. Okay, or I could say this, stand over there by that tree. I want to take your picture. Okay, that background, that's not nice. Stand over there by that tree. Okay, that means stand near the tree, or stand next to, or beside, or in front of. By just sort of means near. Okay, stand by that tree and I'll take your picture. Okay, so by can also be a method of transportation. For example, you could say, he came by air. He came by air. That means he arrived on an airplane. Okay, he came by air, or he came by train. He came by ship. He came by bus. Okay, you hear that quite often in English. Okay, so by can also mean during. During, okay? Owls hunt by night. Owls hunt by night. Owls hunt at night. Owls hunt during the night. Okay, all these sentences mean exactly the same thing. It's just a different way to say it. Okay, now by can also be used for comparing things. Okay, look at this example. John is taller than Glenn by a lot. Okay, John and Glenn. John is taller than Glenn by a lot. Okay, so a lot is an amount. Okay, it's an amount. It's a measure. It's a unit of measurement. Okay, it could be, you could say by, he's taller by 5 inches. He's taller by a meter. Not a meter, that would be a drastic difference. Okay, but when we use the word by like this, then it's always followed by an amount, some sort of measurement. Okay, take a look at this. Usain Bolt won by 2 meters. He won by 2 meters. That's the amount. Okay, so when Usain Bolt crossed the finish line, he was 2 meters ahead of the next guy. Okay, maybe whoever the next guy was, Justin Gatlin or whatever. Okay, that guy came in second. Usain Bolt won by 2 meters. Okay, now the most common or the most confusing meaning of the word by means something very similar to until. Okay, by and until, they both mean very similar things. Okay, they both refer to a period of time before a point in time. Okay, by such and such a time or until a certain time. Okay, look at this example. We'll arrive by 7. We'll arrive by 7. Okay, so here's 7 o'clock. We'll arrive by 7. That means at this time, we will have arrived. Okay, sometime here, maybe we'll arrive at 6, 6:30, 6:45, or 7, but we won't arrive after 7. Okay, we'll arrive sometime here or before. Now, if we say this, we'll stay until 7. We'll stay until 7. That means we're going to stay at the party or wherever we're at. We're going to stay until 7. We're not going to leave earlier. We're not going to leave at 6. We're not going to leave at 6:30 because we said we'll stay until 7. Okay, then at 7 o'clock, we'll leave. Okay, so what's the difference between these? What's the real difference? Well, look at the verbs stay and leave. That gives us a clue as to what the difference is. Okay, so when we're talking about staying, we'll stay until 7 p.m. We're thinking about this time here, about the time we're in at the party. Let's say we're at the party, okay? We'll stay until 7 p.m. Then we're thinking about the party. Okay, but if we say this, we'll leave by 7 p.m., then we're thinking about this time over here. Okay, so that's the difference. We're sort of thinking about a different time. Okay, and this is a very important word when we use by. Okay, we're talking about a deadline. So when we use the word by, we're sort of imagining the future. We're thinking about the deadline. Okay, so anything that needs to happen before a certain time, that's called the deadline, your deadline. Okay, look at this example. A teacher could tell his students, I could tell my students, you need to turn in the paper by midnight. You need to turn in the paper by midnight. Turn in means submit. You need to submit the paper by midnight. Paper means essay or project or something like that, okay? You need to turn in the paper by midnight. That means you can turn it in at 10 o'clock, you could turn it in at 11 o'clock, or at 12 o'clock, but you can't turn it in after midnight, okay? Then you're going to lose marks. Or maybe if I'm a really mean teacher, I'm going to say, no, sorry. I told you it had to be at 12 a.m. You get 0. F. Fail. You failed. That would be cruel. I'm not that cruel. Okay, now, if I would say you need to turn in the paper at midnight, that means you have to turn the paper in exactly at this time. You can't turn the paper in before, you can't turn the paper in after, you have to turn it in right at 12, right at midnight. Okay, that would be a little bit weird, but that's what that would mean. Okay, let's take a look at some more real life examples of by and until. Okay, that guy says, I'm sure a cure for AIDS will be found in the next decade. This guy says, nah, I doubt it'll happen by then. Maybe in 50 years. Okay, a decade is 10 years. So this guy's saying, I'm sure a cure for AIDS will be found in the next 10 years. This guy says, nah, I doubt it'll happen by then. I doubt it'll happen in the next 10 years. Maybe 50 years, but not in the next 10 years. Okay, this boy says, I can't wait till Grandpa comes. Will he be here by supper time? Okay, till and until are the same word. Okay, so you can choose. It's very common to use till. Till, until, your choice. Okay, now supper is the evening meal. So in Canada, very often we use the word supper. So breakfast, lunch, supper. Okay, so supper time is the time that you eat supper. So the boy is asking, will Grandpa be here by supper time? Okay, so he's thinking about the future, right? Supper time. Will Grandpa be here by then? Okay. Take a look at this example. I'm not going to forgive you until you apologize. Okay, this woman is mad. I'm not going to forgive you until you apologize. Okay, she's thinking about the present moment. She's angry. She's not going to forgive the person until they apologize. Okay, so she's not thinking about here. She's thinking about here until this time, right? Do you see the difference? I mean, it's very hard to see the difference, but there is a difference there, which time we're thinking of. Okay, look at this example. I'll be gone until Friday. I'll be back by Friday evening. Okay, I'll be gone until Friday. Here he's thinking about, look at these words, gone and back. Gone, he's thinking about the period of time he'll be gone. He'll be gone until Friday. Then he's thinking about when he's going to come back. I'll be back by Friday evening. Okay, do you see the difference? Okay, the store is open till 9 p.m. The store was already closed by the time I got there. Maybe you went to the store and you got there 2 minutes late at 9:02. The store was already closed by the time I got there. Shoot. Okay, so I know this stuff is a bit confusing. These words by and until, they can be very hard to digest, okay? We use the word digest to mean when we eat something, your stomach digests the food. But digest can also be a concept that you understand, okay? So it can be a little bit hard to digest the difference between by and until. But you know what? Just have fun. Just try it out and practice, okay? Like sometimes grammar doesn't really help us. It doesn't really teach us how to use words in real life. Okay, so I think to learn the difference between by and until, you just have to play around with it a little bit. Okay, so I want you to play around with these words down there in the comments. Try to make a few sentences with by and until. Just have fun. And I'll let you know if you're right or wrong and how you can make your sentences a little bit better. Okay, it doesn't matter if you make mistakes. I don't care about your mistakes. Just have fun. The nice thing about Mad English TV is that it's a very safe place to make mistakes because I don't care, okay? I'm not going to banish you from my channel if you make mistakes. Banish means to kick you out forever. Leave. Okay, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm nice. The secret to learning a language is that you have to try, and then you make some mistakes, and then you keep trying. It's fun, right? Just play around with a language. Language is like a living thing. You have to do it to learn it. You can't learn it from a book and be perfect. You have to just play around with it, have fun. Okay, so post your homework down there in the comments, and I'll see you over in the next episode of Mad English TV. Take care.